l'Académie Chap, Éducation Plus, du cours de la 6e en terminale, en podcast.
Lesson 13, Articles. In English, there are two kinds of articles, indefinite article a, and indefinite article there. Part 1. Indefinite article / and pronunciation. Indefinite article a, an is pronounced, comma before a consonant sound, and I, when emphasized. It's only used with singular noun. For example, a cat, a history, a horse, a one-eyed boy, a book, a university. B, n, before a vowel sound, and n, when emphasized. For example, an hour, an heir, an honorable man. An honor, an apple. NB, H is silent in honor, heir, honor, and the words derived from them. Use. The indefinite article is used before a noun used in an indefinite way, that is, it's to say, before countable nouns, in singular. For example, there is a dog in the garden. A dog is a true companion. Before a singular predictive noun denoting a nationality, trade, profession, political conviction, title, religion, etc. For example, he's an Englishman. She is a chemist. She is a Roman Catholic. But, if the profession or title can only be held by one person at a time, no article is used. For example, Mr. David Cameron is Prime Minister of England. With some expressions of price, speed, time, weight, etc., instead of 1, 2 or 3. For example, twice a week. I paid £1 a yard. I drove at 70 kilometers an hour. Before few and little meaning some. For example, I have a little money. I have a few books. In exclamation with singular countable introduced by what and such. For example, what a pretty girl. What's a beautiful day. Such a book. In many idiomatic expressions. For example, it's a good thing to have a cold, fever, rest. To be in a hurry, passion. To go for a swim, walk, ride. To take an interest in. As a rule. For a change. Omission of indefinite article. The indefinite article is not used before plural nouns. Horses are animals. Books are good friends. Before uncountable, she gave me some good advice. I may have milk. But, have a glass of milk. Position. The indefinite article comes before an adjective, a tall man. An honest boy. An old lady. After half, many, such, what, quiet and rather when followed by a singular noun which is neither a material noun nor an abstract noun. For example, he drank a half bottle of whiskey. Such a sky you never see. Between the adjective and noun if the adjective is preceded by as, so, to, how, and however, etc. For example, he has a nice car as yours. That's too difficult a job for me. Part 2. The definite article there. A. Pronunciation. The definite article is pronounced a, f, before a consonant sound. For example, the boy, the university. B, th, before a vowel sound. For example, the apple. The honest woman, the woman. C, th, when specially emphasized. For example, he was one of the first persons if not the first person to fly on. B. Use. The definite article is used. A, before a noun which can indicate only one particular person or thing. For example, John is in the garden. The sun has set, the BBC. I'm going to the cathedral. I'm not going to the theatre. B, before a noun which has just been mentioned. For example, there's a girl in the garden. the girl is picking flowers. C, before the name of rivers, seas, and oceans. For example, the cherry, Atlantic, the Mediterranean. But the river lock gone. D, before plural named of countries, group of island, mountain, ranges. For example, the United States, Netherlands, the Bahamas, the Alps. E, before superlative adjective used as attributes. For example, the most important event of the year. Tokyo is the largest city in the world. F, before an adjective used to represent a whole class. For example, the poor, the blind, the rich, the English. But a poor man. G, before ordinal number in title. For example, Queen Elizabeth II. Henry VIII. H, before plural proper names. The Browns, the Smiths, the Toes. I, before the name of ships, hotels, pubs, clubs. For example, the Queen Elizabeth, the Meridian, the Pasha Club. J, before some musical instrument. For example, he plays the piano and she plays the guitar. K, before the names of papers, the Observer, the Njamena by Hebdo. See omission. The definite article is not used. A, before names of meals, materials, seasons, language, plural abstract nouns taken in a general sense. For example, breakfast is ready, copper is a metal, spring is in the air, French is difficult, boys are naughty, beauty is truth. B, before names of countries, streets, parks, stations, squares, bridges, building. For example, Japan, Avenue Condal, Zakma Park, Dugia stations, double bridge. C, before the nouns lake, cape, mount immediately followed by a prename. Lake Chad, Cape of Good Hope, Mount Emikusi. D, before the words church, school, college, court, exchange, town, hospital, etc. when the use of them is referred to. For example, she went to market with her chickens. E, before a proper noun preceded by an adjective. For example, little David, poor old Joe. F, before title and names of relatives. For example, Dr. Brown, Queen Elizabeth, Aunt Zara. But the Lord, God, the Queen of England. H, before next and last referring to time and most meaning not all, the majority of. For example, she leave for New York next Friday. It snowed last Monday. Most boys like it. I, before superlative word as predicative or adverbs. For example, she is happiest when she is home. Who laughs last, laughs best. See position. A, as a general rule, the definite article that comes before the noun it defines. For example, the girl in the white hat. B, comes after all, both, half and double. For example, all girls passed the exam. He gave me doubled the own. Half the town was on fire. Both, their brothers were killed. Both.
Sixième en terminale, podcast Académie, chat, éducation, plus des cours de la sixième en terminale, podcast.